Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm live everywhere where I need to be live and everything is running properly. Okay, I think we're good. Welcome everybody to a Euros watch along. This, of course, is the Overthinking Football Show. I am your host, George Mokwena, and we're going to see whether England can bring it home. Their famous statement that they always say that they're bringing it home, it's coming home, all of that stuff. Let's see if they're able to do that here. England, of course, one of the most star-studded teams. Oh, wow. Suganje. One of the most star-studded teams at the tournament. It's players that we all know. The starting lineup for England has Pickford in goal. You've got Walker, Rice, Stones, Gueye, Saka, Alexander-Arnold, Kane, Bellingham, Foden, and Trippier. They are playing a 4-2-3-1 with Trippier, Gueye, Stones, and Walker at the back. You've got Rice and Alexander-Arnold in front of them. You've got Bellingham in front of them. Out wide on the left, you have Foden. Out wide on the right, you have Saka. And of course, Harry Kane is the striker. In terms of Serbia, Rajkovic is the goalkeeper. They've got Velkovic, they've got Milenkovic, they've got Pavlovic, Zivkovic, Lukic, Gudej, Kostic, Milinkovic, Savic, SMS, Mitrovic, and Vlahovic up front. Now, if we start on Serbia, we know where the danger lies. We know where... We know where you can see the Kotsi. And the Kotsi is there between SMS, Mitrovic, and Vlahovic. Mitrovic has an amazing season there at the Saudi Pro League. Vlahovic had some highs and lows. He was linked to Arsenal at some point, turned down Arsenal at some point. And then, of course, SMS has been quite good in the English Premiership. So that is where their attack lies, their danger lies. And then on the other end, with England, we all know about Kane's brilliance up there up front. Had a good season with Bayern Munich. You have Bellingham, who's just won his first Champions League, was voted Spanish Player of the Year, La Liga Player of the Year. You have Foden, the English Premier League Player of the Year, and you have Saka, who is one of the most highly rated players in a team that finished second, went down to the last few games there for Arsenal. So we know the names. We know about Alexander-Arnold. We know about Declan Rice, who is the anchor of that midfield. The only problem is the defense. Rice and Alexander-Arnold in the middle. You know, attacking-wise, Alexander-Arnold can find that pass. Defensively, do you trust him? Rice is going to have to pick up a lot of the defensive load. We know what happens to him when he plays deeper. We saw it at Arsenal until he got Thomas Partey next to him. And then, of course, the defense. Stones and Gueye have not played together. So if Serbia can get forward, they could probably get something from this game. If England can make it an attack versus defense game where they're attacking nonstop, they probably win this game. But we know how these games usually pan out. Alexander-Arnold is going to go to the right. He plays like a right back. So let's see. It might just be the curse that follows England. The curse of having all of the star players in your team. Therefore, you have to try to fit them in. You have to fit Gerrard and Lampard into one team. You have to fit Kim, Beckham, Rooney, and everybody else into one team. You can't play tactical football and say, I might be dropping Foden today to play another person, or I might be dropping Saka in order for Foden to play, or I might be bringing in an actual midfielder, maybe a Gallagher, to try and hold that place. They have that thing at England where it's just every player must play all the time. And you think to yourself, Mara guys. So let's see. The other interesting thing is I think Gareth Southgate has a lot of exciting players. Jude Bellingham is exciting. Trent Alexander-Arnold is exciting. Foden is exciting. Does he have that in his bag? Is he an exciting coach? Is he a coach that can move with quote unquote modern times? Give some of these players a little bit more freedom. Oh, Foden, Trapapolo. Can he give them that freedom? Can he give them that attacking will that they can do what they need to do in order to go score? That's what's interesting to me about England, honestly speaking. They've got the names. So let's see how it pans out. Chavi, how are you? Thank you, Chavi, for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Guys, let's try to get to 10,000 likes. I know there's a few of us here, but let's try to get to 10,000 likes. Tap the screen. It is free. Feel free to send gifts as well. Okay, Serbia comes into this game having played having lost 3 games, won 1, and drawn 1 of their last 5 games. Their last game being a win versus Sweden on the 8th of June, where they beat Sweden 3-0. England, their last game was 7th June versus Iceland, a game that they lost. Peko, welcome. How are you? That right-hand side is so interesting. Oh, just over there from, yeah, press them. I've got no horses in this race. I'm going to be following England, France, and Germany for this tournament. Germany, of course, having an incredible start in the opening game versus Scotland. So we'll see how the other guys stack up. I want France to win. Inside is telling me France must win. So I want France to be the team that wins this tournament. But will they be? I don't know. I'm also not sure about Foden on the left. I would have thought Foden would be fighting Jude for position. I mean, if we look at the benches, let me pull up the benches quickly. If we look at the benches, I want to see who could be able to come in, especially there up front. Let's talk a little bit of the players that can be brought in to change the game should there need be. Good, Buddha. The England squad is amazing. Southgate has got a headache in the selection of these players. Yeah, but this is the English curse. As I was saying, this is the English curse, Beko. They don't know. Okay, let's see. Luke Shaw, Aaron Ramsdale, Konsa, Dunk, Gallagher, Ivan, Tony, Anthony Gordon, Watkins, Bowen, Eze, Gomez, Henderson, Dean Henderson, Cole Palmer, Wharton, and Maino. Anthony Gordon could have played on that left-hand side. But I guess I'm hoping to see Foden coming inside with Bellingham. I'm hoping to see him coming inside, and you can allow Trippier to go up. More central, similar to what Germany did with Musiala, coming inside, or at least them changing positions a lot, like changing where they're sitting and all of that stuff. I'd like to see that because I don't know if Foden is as effective as like a pure winger. And I think Bellingham likes having people that he can play with in the midfield, right? If you look at if you look at that Real Madrid team, Bellingham is often a 10-ish 9. He goes far up, links up with Bo Vinicius, often finishes things, has runs into the box. Not so much late, but he's usually the first person up there, right? I don't know if he can do that in this English squad as it stands. I think Kane is not going to allow him to go up as he would have wanted to. So maybe he's going to play a traditional 10, Bellingham. He's not going to be as attacking as he normally is there at Real Madrid. So, hey, there's a lot to balance, man. There's a lot to balance. Hey, Gareth Southgate has a headache. 8 minutes in, it is 0-0. Both teams haven't really had a go. Foden couldn't trap a ball in the beginning in the box to turn and shoot. And then he hit one wide. But otherwise, there hasn't been much pressure on either of these teams. They haven't been playing forward football as yet. The problem's going to come when they have to start defending. That's where it's going to be an issue. If Serbia builds up the nerve to attack them, that's going to be the issue. But let's see how it pans out. Let's see how it pans out, and we see whether Southgate can get something from this team. Like I said, Anthony Gordon is on the bench. He could play on the left. You've got Cole Palmer, who can change a game. You've got Maino. You've got Gallagher, who can probably play the sitting role a lot better than CDM, than Trent Alexander-Arnold. So let's see. We had this debate, and I told you guys that Saka, during the Germany game, we had this debate. Saka is not going to be benched. I think Saka's key thing, like his main characteristic, is that he's stable. So he provides you at least one wing that is stable. He'll do the marking. He's not going to be too flashy. He's probably not going to lose the ball that much. And that allows you to have the other wing be active, right? So Foden can be Foden. He can be expressive and do all of those things because Saka is there. That is Saka's key attribute. The reason why Southgate always picks him, the reason why Arteta can't put him on the bench, is not because he's flashy and he's taking on people and he's doing all of these weird things. He's literally just coming out and going, okay, guys, I'll get the ball. I will run up the wing. We'll play the overlap. I'll get the ball. I'll cut inside. I'll take a shot. We'll get the ball. I'll take on two guys, as he does a lot at Arsenal. Maybe win you guys a foul. I think it's that stability. Like he's predictable. There we go. Foden coming inside, like I said. There we go. You can't play Foden as a wing. He's playing like a Tembazwane type thing. If you watch Sundowns, they don't have a left-hand side. Like they don't have a left wing usually. The formation will say 4-3-3 or whatever the formation or scheme is, but you'll see Tembazwane dropping into midfield, and then it becomes like a 2 up front. So it's similar to what's going to happen with the Foden. I just want to see what type of chemistry these players have with each other and the type of combinations they can put together. Trent has been quiet this game. He's been quiet. I don't know if that midfield role, if he's ready for the midfield role. I don't know if he's ready for the midfield role. Or at least at this level, you know. But like I said, there's so many stars. Do you put Kyle Walker on the bench, or do you figure out a way to put them all in? Here comes Bukayo. Danko, like I said. Well done, Jude Bellingham. Hey. Just got
a notification. It's a goal.
I told you guys. This is Saka's strong point. Saka doesn't do a lot of fancy things, but when you look at the assists, when you look at the goals, you're like, oh, he's been active, he's been playing. There we go, Jude Bellingham, header, far post, incredible ball there from Saka, was getting tackled. Let's see it again. Okay, it bobbled, but he's still. Okay, Jude Bellingham, off to, this man has had an incredible season. He's had one of the best seasons I think you could have as a player. Moved to Real Madrid. I don't know if he holds the record, but he went on that streak where he was scoring every single goal, every single game, right? Goes out and wins the Champions League. La Liga Player of the Season. Yo, guys, if you're a footballer, you wish to have a season like Judas had. Let me see. Southgate should play these players in their best positions. Trent must not play midfield though. Who scored? It was Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham scored. It is 1-0, 13 minutes in. That is how the game is shaping up. I'm not going to say it was a fluid game. I will not say up to this point these teams have played to their best. Maybe now that the goal has come in, the nerves maybe from England's side can be calmed down a little bit. And Serbia is going to have to start coming out of their shells if they want to get anything out of this game. They're going to have to start playing. So an early goal is always good. I think it would have been a little bit better if Serbia had gotten the opening goal. But England has the goal. Let's see how it goes from here. Taki korapetse. Oh, Trent, go midfield in an international competition. Oh, that's the one that I don't trust. But in defense more than attack, I don't trust Alexander-Arnold there. Also Serbia, SMS, Vlahovic, Mitrovic. Ah, guys, what's happening? Oh, okay, Jude dropping deep. Okay. Okay, I guess he's the cover. Drop in to allow Foden to also come into the 10. It's an interesting tactic. Yet to be tested, but it's an interesting tactic. Why are you crowding each other? Heban. Okay, Jude. Prove us wrong. I thought he was gonna struggle. You see Rice dropping in. You see Rice dropping in. Even Trent. Interesting. Like when they're defending, Trent becomes a fourth defender. Or fifth defender. How do you guys think it's going to end? It's up to Vinny Jr. to win the Copa America because Jude is taking the Ballon d'Or. Mara Ryan, I want to give Ballon d'Or to Vinicius Jr., man. But you're right. Vinny has to do something that Copa America in order to get that Ballon d'Or. Do you think that he has enough backing? Because we all know Ballon d'Or is a voted for competition. It's not a stats and it puts you over the edge. It's what is it? The media gets to vote. Well, there's certain journalists that get to vote, French journalists, if I'm not mistaken, and then also, do they still have the captains? Because I know FIFA Best ever since they split up. So it's a very European heavy award, and Vinny Shem is the South American. And if you're South American and you're not Messi or the original Ronaldo or Ronaldinho, it's been late, eh? Why do we even care about Ballon d'Or like that? Knowing that it's a European heavy award. The voters all come from there. Why do we care about it? Actually. England very positive, to be fair. Hi, Maramto. They're positive in places that are not dangerous. They're cycling the ball a lot, but they're not necessarily making any penetrative movement. Guys, Serbia, who's going to be a midfield collector? Yeah, who's going to be there to get that ball? If everybody, there's this disconnect. There's a disconnect between Serbia's defense and their attack. So if you saw in possession, they have 4 players who are standing right on the line of the defense. 4 players who are standing right there up top. But there's no one who can actually in midfield turn when they get the ball. And I'm hoping that SMS at some point, Milinkovic-Savic is going to be the guy who gets the ball and turns. But if they're going to have this huge gap between them, look, how are they going to get this ball out without playing a long route one ball? I want to get a view of the attackers so you can see what I'm talking about. Route one ball, like I said. That's the only way. Then they find themselves outnumbered on both sides. If you have that gap, it means that when you're trying to build out from the back, a press can kill you. But then as soon as you play the ball up, you've got your 3 players that are up front and nobody who's there with them. Serbia needs somebody in midfield who can control the game. And I thought with them going with this King 3-3-2-1-1, 3-5-1-1, whatever they called it. I thought they were going to overload that midfield so they could play out of it. but they're not doing that. Oh, Declan Rice. Eh? Trent. Oh, Trent. Come on. He can't play midfield. Dempsey, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like, I don't understand, Dempsey. What are you doing? Evan. Die Poppe het amper gedans. You know what's funny? He's lost possession twice now. I think 2 or 3 times. And that one was very dangerous. This is why I say in attacking sets, Trent makes sense. When you're attacking, when he's got the time, when the other team is trying to get back into defense, is great. But when you're trying to build from the back or you're trying to do those type of things, he's going to lose you the ball. Sadly. Also, do you think that Trent coming inside takes away that educated, again, right foot of his? That passing, those whipped passes, the cross passes, do you think that he can do the same thing from the center? That's another thing. Oh, Declan. Route 1 football will serve Serbia tonight. You just need to get 80 minutes at 1-0. They're going to get desperate at some point. Rather do it now. This is the same conversation we're having about Scotland and Germany. At some point, you look at Scotland and say, you've played the ball up 3 times, straight up, direct ball, straight to Adams. Adams has won, 3 of the duels that he's been in, the aerial duels that he's been in. He's won you some free kicks and things like that up there. Why not just swallow your pride, man? Swallow your pride and play that ball up. Serbia's got the same thing. I don't know how they're going to work the ball up. This is how you see a team with bad distances. It's that it seems like they're outnumbered wherever they are on the pitch. That's the thing. It seems like they are outnumbered. So when they have the ball in the back, like I said, England looks like they've got more players. It looks like their options are not there. When they get the ball up front finally, it also seems like they're outnumbered. That's how you know the team, the spaces in between them is very long. It's too big. There we go. Just play it straight up. Mitrovic will get that ball. Vlaho. Counter. Oh. Hey, Foden is looking rusty, man. Foden is looking like he's not in this game. My friends always laugh at me when I tell them that you're my trusted Chiefs. So, hey, guys, I'm not a source, guys. Thank you, but I'm not a source. Thank you so much. I have people I can call. That much I can tell you. There's people I can call when I need to find out things, but I'm not a... Oh. I was telling him, vamos! I get this Benjamin's thing now, vamos! Okay, let's see. 23 minutes in, 1-0 to England. Goal scored by Jude Bellingham after a bobbled cross. Let's be honest, it was a bobbled cross. Malume Kutso. Why are we baddies now? I'd love to see England just put the ball down. Like, put the ball down, give Foden a partner. You know, give Foden somebody who we can play off of and with, and you'll see something. Ah! Kyle Walker makes the run on the counter, played through by Saka, and then plays the ball across the goal. Nobody was there to finish it off. Was everybody running first post? Yeah, everybody was running first post. Hey, Walker ran, man. Oh, he was also trying to put it into the corner, to be fair. After such good work. No, this is the thing. On the counter, England is going to be scary. On the counter and in attacking sets, they're going to be scary. If they turn up the volume at any point, they're going to have chances. Defense is the issue. Guys, just play the route one ball. Just play it's fine, guys. Serbia, it's okay. Play it up to Mitrovic. He's won 2 of the, 3 balls that he's gotten up there. Sometimes just swallow your pride. Not all of us can play modern football. Not all of us can play tiki-taka. It's not meant to be that way. We're not all meant to be able to play. So when you get a team that's killing you guys on the thing that you're trying to do, just go long. Ball possession, 70% for England, 30% for Serbia. You've got, both teams have 2 attempts and only 1 has been on target, which is England's 1 for the goal. So that tells you a little bit about this game. England is in control, but they're not dangerous. That's the problem. I think Trippier needs to get the ball a little bit more up there, up high on the left-hand side. I think him and Kane can connect very well. What could be very interesting as well is for Kane to drop back. The type of role that he was playing a little bit there, Tottenham under Mourinho, where he was assisting, he was dropping back, getting the ball, allowing the other guys to make runs around him. It could actually work very well for Bellingham. But they need a little bit more communication there. A little bit more communication. Bellingham feeds off the scraps. That's why he saved Madrid from draws and losses. England needs to seal this game, CAF staff. Seem like they're going to be. Avut Napoleon agrees with Bafana that they need to seal the game before halftime. I don't see it happening. And as much as I'm talking about Serbia's weaknesses, the truth is that England hasn't had much their way as well. Look at the spaces. Oh, Nkosiami. Oh, Nkosiami. You're always going to lose the ball. This is like Scotland. It's just that England is not as active. They're not as active. Score predictions. England 2-0. I would think. It's not betting advice before you guys do anything. There's no betting company that's paying me yet, so it's not betting advice. Germany is the European Championship. Saka. Oh, free kick. Free kick. I still don't know what they're doing. Can I be honest with you guys?
I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm trying to figure out the formation. I'm lost.
It feels like they have a lot of really good tools, but those tools have not been put together in a way where they can be dangerous. If you watched the Germany game, I'll keep referencing it because we actually did the watch along for it. When I watched the Germany game, there was harmony across that team. So everybody knew what they were meant to do. Musiala knew what he was doing. The other guys knew what they were doing. Everybody understood their role and they worked it over and over again. My issue is now I'm watching England, and you can tell stylistically that there's a lot of players here that are great, but they don't fit. I don't think Kane necessarily fits with this team. I think Foden is floating around. I don't know what type of responsibility Foden is meant to be having there. Alexander-Arnold disappears for long stretches of time. You can tell that, man, you know. Alexander-Arnold doesn't have a Salah to release. the way that he releases them with Saka, for example. Saka wants the ball at his feet. He wants to drop back. He wants the overlap so that he can cut inside, fake an outside cut inside. You've got Kane, who for me is probably one of the best in-box finishers. Here comes a free kick, in-box finishers, but the ball is not necessarily getting to him. They're not even crossing to him. Trippier is overlapping by himself there on the left-hand side, hasn't gotten a ball, hasn't gotten a cross in. It's disjointed, man. It's disjointed, this thing. But they're playing, they're trying, I guess, Mara. I don't see how England scores. Sometimes you can boil football down to just the simplest thing. How does a team score? What is the thing that they've done over and over again in order to get the goal? Okay, Jude. Oh, high ball to Saka. Who's going to head that ball, Jude? Let's see. This game needs... He need Cole Palmer. Okay. Vinicius must pull up his socks. Otherwise, Bellingham will take the Ballon d'Or, says Uyandisa. I think they're going to give it to Jude. They'd give it to Jude anyway. I think they'd give it to Jude anyway. The Germany way. Is Portugal playing tonight? I don't believe so. Let me check. I don't believe Portugal is playing. Serbia want the counter-attack. They do, Wisani. But Libona, they don't have a way to counter it. They don't have a way to play. No, they're not playing tonight. Portugal is playing on Tuesday. Look, somebody come and support. Now you need another player to come and... Come on, guys. What is this? What are we watching? Why are they hiding? The Serbian midfielders are hiding. It makes me think of Chiefs. Trent is making some sloppy passes. One mistake, they'll be punished. Guys, Trent shouldn't be playing there. Let's be honest. Trent shouldn't be playing there. I saw Rice running into the box and I'm like, are you guys going to leave Trent alone at the back? Or is Jude going to have to go cover him? I would take Trent as a right wing back or even a right wing. I would take Trent as a right wing. Like if you're playing a 3-4-3, I would put Trent on that right, really advanced role. Mara, midfield. Libana, they bought the hype, man. Oh. There we go, Serbia. Serbia, just simplify your football, guys. You don't need to do all of that. You don't need to be fancy. Play the route one, win the ball, take it from there. I can't believe it. They're running away. There's the... Thank you. Yeah. SMS is seeing the same thing. Milinkovic-Savic, he got disappointed there because he came to support and they didn't give him the ball. And I said, he's going to have to be the guy who comes back and gets the ball so that Serbia can move forward. Otherwise, I don't know what... who's in that midfield. I don't know what Lukic, Gudej, and Kostic, I don't know what they're doing there. They're meant to have the numerical superiority. Southgate plays only hype players by the media. But that's what I'm saying, that England's curse is very simple. You've got all the stars. All the stars have lined up for you. You've got guys who've won Champions Leagues and leagues. You've got all of these different type of players. And there hasn't been a coach that has balls enough to say, no, guys, we need to pick system over players. There hasn't been somebody who's had the balls enough. I think deep down, Southgate wants to play a 4-4-2 Just the quiet 4-4-2. He wants to bring in Maguire and those type of guys. That's what he wants to do. But then, when you're watching it, you're like, hey, he's then forced to bring in all these guys. If England wants to win anything, you have to just swallow that thing, swallow the media and the PR and all of that, and just pick players that make sense. I said earlier, there's so many players here that don't make sense together. That's why there's no way to build. There's no way that England is going forward and playing and doing all that stuff. They're literally just, off of the strength of their talent, or the strength of the quality of the team, they're just playing the ball around, hoping for an opening. Can somebody tell me, tactically, what have they done in this game where you go, oh, that makes sense? And Serbia is starting to get ahead of steam. I think they're going to want to try get something 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes, the key times in the game. Otherwise, England will struggle during the tournament. There's no Rashford to help Kane. That's true. Connor needs to come in for the second half because Trent is giving me chills. Yeah, Ryan. I said it from the beginning that I don't know what Trent is doing in that midfield. Looks like England is sitting back. Look where Serbia is defending from the center. Didier Deschamps know how to handle Galacticos more than Southgate. Yes! Didier Deschamps is willing to go, I'm dropping Benzema. You don't necessarily need to drop anyone. You just need to make sure that you're balanced. I think in the second half, Foden comes off, Shem. I'm sorry. I would put in King Anthony Gordon there, somebody who's more direct. I think what England is struggling from is that there isn't people to be direct. Maybe what you do is that you play for Anthony Gordon, you allow Kane to drop into a 10. We know that Kane has played a 10-ish 9 before. We know that he's good at finding assists and things like that. Have the other players play off him. Because as it stands right now, he's waiting for a ball that will never come to him. He's waiting for a ball that will never come to him. I wonder where they'll end in this tournament. I don't see 3 goals. Ausmanga. Betting, eh? You're betting.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
Tomori from AC Milan is the best centre-back England has, but he was not called. Saka's side is England outlet, but the crosses aren't finding anyone, says Umto. Yandisa was speaking about Tomori. Stelo says, England is not being fancy, but they will win this game. At the end, a win is all that matters. True. That's very true. No, Wisane, this is what I mean. If you watch Kaizer Chiefs and the center of midfield, they are all afraid of the ball. They all run for the ball. So if you're going to do that, either go route 1, bypass the midfield altogether and hope that those 3 stars up front are going to do something for you. Or you played wide and crossed the ball in. Oh, Jude. Got knocked only to go get knocked again somewhere else. Right? So that's why I'm like, swallow your pride. We saw Scotland. They were playing long balls and Adams was winning almost every single one of those balls. Somebody on that bench should have said, let's just carry on doing that. Mitrovic has won maybe 3 or 4 balls that have been played long. So Mitrovic wins the ball, give it to SMS or have Vlahovic play closer to him and see where you're going to go from there. But this thing of theirs of trying to forcing playing out from the back, it reminds me of Chiefs, it reminds me of Swallows. Okay, Swallows was worse. So, guys. Honestly speaking, and again, England's curse is that you can only survive off of the talent that you have for so long. Unfortunate not to win the last Euros. Losing to Italy there in the finals. But otherwise, I don't know tactically what is Southgate's plan. me just check here. I just want to see something. Okay, guys, we're going to head into halftime soon. As you know, interactive show. So if you want to join me halftime and just tell me what you're thinking about it, then you can jump in on TikTok. You have to be following me. And at halftime, I will open multi-guest. A button will appear on the bottom of your screen that says multi-guest. It's got a blue figure hugging a pink figure. Click on that request. I let you in. I usually let in 6 people. We speak about it. Then if you can get the likes goal. So the likes goal for me is 15,000 likes. If you can just tap the screen and get to 15,000, I'll keep it open in the second half. And you can jump in. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're seeing from the game. You can have that conversation. Gudej, there is Bellingham coming off. What's happening? Hey, Bellingham, man. He's got that thing. He just knows what's happening in the box at all times. Andrew Buckley on YouTube says he doesn't have enough. Foden, Jude Walker, Euro final, Germany. Oh, he does have enough. Foden, Jude Walker, Euro final, Germany and England. Ooh, interesting. Okay. This England team, I know, it's not as expected. England need Pep Guardiola with these players. They deserve something. Guys, England has always had stars, man. They've always had stars. They've always had players. I don't think we're calling this the golden generation, but remember the one year Rio. They had Rio, they had Beckham, they had Lampard, Gerrard, Rooney. Hey, they had some fire teams. Could not do anything. Yeah, 014. I just think they need a coach who's willing to die on his sword. Or you need either you need a coach who's going to come in and say, guys, I play boring football. I'm going to play boring football. I'm going to pick boring players. And that is how we're going to play this game, right? Or you need somebody like an Ancelotti who will go, okay, I've got Kane, I've got Bellingham, I've got Foden, I've got Saka, I've got Alexander-Arnold. How do I structure it in a way that they can play free and be good on defense? I'm just not sure what they're trying to do. I'm not going to lie to you. It's just that Serbia also, Serbia is something else. Their golden generation was the Lampard Gerrard era, but they were coached by Sven. Sven, they went through, I don't know who was that guy with the glasses. Former Real Madrid coach, man. Why am I blanking his name? With the thick glasses. Just let me know there in the comments. Capello. Yes, Fabio Capello. They were coached by Fabio Capello at some point. I don't know. I think what's happening with England, honestly speaking, what's happening with England, Scottish has come off for Mladenovic. I hope we have Alanda, Mladenovic. I think what's happening with England is there's English pride, which wants them to take a coach like Gareth Southgate, right? Where it's like, no, we need a very English coach. And then they have all of these new players who do a lot of un-English things. Foden does a lot of un-English things, right? And because they can't find that balance, man, when you speak about, again, it's not necessarily when you say English, you have to be English. When you speak about Sven-Goran Eriksson, when you speak about Capello, it's very, I don't know how to explain it, low-key coaches. It's guys who don't take risks a lot. It's guys who would play the English way. Get the ball, go wide, cross the ball. There's going to be a big, strong heading striker at the front. You're going to have a defense that doesn't play the ball. You're going to have wingers that do traditional winger stuff running in. You're not going to have that much room for creativity. It's a very English way to look at it, right? So that's what they try to go for. And that's what hurts them, because now you're going to try to be all the way English with more Grealish, with more Foden and these type of players. It's not going to work out. I wish Watkins can be given a chance. That player has potential. Watkins, Tony. I think Tony could be very good, but Shem, to be fair to Kane, they haven't necessarily played the way that Kane plays. This Euro will only get interesting after the group stages. Junior, do you think it's not going to be like AFCON? A couple of surprises. I think you're right. Their Foden's Man City is different from the Foden. Exactly, Reese. It's different. There's a movement, there's a play, there's a flow to that game. England doesn't have a flow. England has possession. We ever watched a team that has all of the ball, but what do they do with it? We don't know. That's what England is right now. Foden is not good for this inverting, linking thing they're doing. Foden must be on the right finish. We had this conversation. I don't think he dropped Saka. But I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm probably biased, but I don't think he dropped Saka. So that was going to be one of the issues here. Serbia, running into each other and all of that. Or play Gordon. Give Gordon the left-hand side. You have 3 right backs in the last Euro. Southgate is like that X that doesn't move on. So the group Foden doesn't perform in England. But I think the question becomes, is it Foden not performing, or is it the team not being set up to take advantage of Foden? That's my thing. Is the team not being set up for that? And not just Foden. A lot of these players on the pitch right now, it's guys who are really good, Mara. The team is not it, eh? I don't even know what I'd change, to be honest with you. Foden is a coach player, system player, and I always say the team should be set up. Should the team be set up for an individual? It's not necessarily to be set up for the individual. I like. You can tell by the coaches that I like what type of football I enjoy. I enjoy coaches that say, you know what, I could want Messi as much as I want Messi, but this is the player that I have. How can I set up the team to make sure that the players, their weaknesses are minimized and their strengths are taken over the top, right? That's why I like Ancelotti. I enjoy Ancelotti a lot because he looks at his team and he says, this is the team that I have. Whether I'd want to have Manchester City team or whatever, I don't. So can I figure out something with this team that I have right now? I think it's not necessarily to try and protect Foden alone. It's how do I make all these pieces work together, right? And for me, that's coaching. I'm not one of these people where you have to have every single player that you've ever wanted. You know, you have to do all of those things. I'm like, guys, Okala for the whole season, but at the end of the day, you're not going to have your people. Guys, it is open. Remember, you have to be following me in order to jump in. I'm going to ask 6 people to jump in so we can analyze the game. So if you're following me, you'll see a button that says multi-guest at the bottom of your screen. Click on that request. I'll let you in and we can have the conversation. Agent, my brother, how are you?
Middle of the night, we're here again.
Hi, there's no other football right now.
Yeah.
What do you think of this first half?
But boring to be fair. But
yeah.
Not even tactically. Just boring.
Just boring.
On the eyesight and tactical wise. Just boring this one. But going to Serbia, to be fair, I can see what they're trying to do, but the quality is not there, you know?
Okay.
They're trying to pass the ball, but the quality is not there. I think when you're trying to pass the ball, there are 2 elements, you know? It's the quality of the pass and the speed of the pass. The quality is not there, the speed is not there. Sometimes you have to punch the ball so that it travels a bit fast. So you can see the pass that they're gonna make. And England is just sitting there and waiting for them to move the pass to where they want,
Yeah.
And then Mitrovic, you don't have pace. So why are you dropping deep? Just the up top, the ball will come eventually to you, So that is that with Serbia. And then with the English, started very brightly, I think they're reminding me of the Euros final, where they lost to Italy, I think. They took an early lead, and then after taking an early lead, they sit back, Why not go forward, If this was a knockout game, you got an early goal, kill the game off, because now Serbia's came into the game. It's just a matter of quality that they can't, score, but they've let say build up confidence, So that is always my gripe with Southgate, that he doesn't kill teams off, And then the midfield wise, I think is set up for a low block, but again, in a tournament, I'm worried that when we face tougher teams, are you gonna drop Trent, and bring in someone? But will Rice and that someone have that a synergy that we should be building as early as now, and especially in games like now where there's no pressure, But it is what it is, yeah.
So then tell me, Agent, I'm struggling with this. I feel like there's a lot of incompatible players in England. I feel like they don't necessarily know how to go forward, where to play. And then on Serbia's side, that back three in the build-up with no support from the midfield, they keep doing the same thing. How are these teams meant to score the way you see it? How do you think England's meant to score, and how do you think Serbia is meant to score?
With Serbia, I think is the easier one. Serbia, I think that they're supposed to be relying on free kicks, but the free kicks have been so poor. They've been so poor, And like I saying, they're trying to build up. The question is, I always ask this, I think, with my interactions. When you're building up, what is the purpose of building up? Are you just building up for the purpose of building up? Because there's no way you want to build up with defenders and there's so much space in the midfield,
Yeah.
There is that number 6 is very good. I think they should bring him on the ball. I think he's one who is able to connect them, So you have that kind of player, give him the ball as much as you can, And also, we have a good player like, what is his name, Vlahovic, the Juventus guy. He's good, but we haven't seen him, You have to bring in your top guys into the game, But otherwise, yeah. With England, it is always the English thing. They always have good wingers. First wingers, the striker is a bit offish, So you tend to have a duplicity of players. I can play Foden. I can play what is this guy? Saka in the same position. It's the same player for me, And where Trent is playing today, Bellingham is playing that role, Hence Trent is a bit anonymous, because Bellingham is dropping deep, collecting the ball and spreading it out deep. But that is supposed to be the role of Trent. That's why Trent is in the midfield, But again, it's difficult to be in the midfield because it's congested. You can make passes when you're out wide because it's not that congested, but when in the midfield, it's congested. That's why he's anonymous, But with me, I think the plan for England shortly is go out wide, cross it for Kane, and they've done that once or twice and they look threatening, but otherwise they try to play in the middle, just not working because it's congested. But when they go out wide with Osaka, especially that wide, and Walker that side, they're very speedy and are able to cross the balls and they become dangerous. Yeah.
Okay. 014, welcome to the show. How are you, my brother?
I'm good. And you, Khotmani?
Man, great. But tell me about this first half. What did you think?
You see that boy, Saka, Yabakatas, showing them flames. But I think, we've been talking about this leading to the first half, about a squad that's not complementary, right? And for me, this squad is honestly the one player who's flourishing is Jude. Let's not talk about his goal. Let's talk about what he's been doing this game. Agent spoke about Jude dropping back, coming in to collect the ball, taking it forward. That's what he does, right? I think we saw him in the Champions League. We've been seeing him in La Liga do those things, get into those pockets, come defensively. So he's the one who's shining. Let's not pretend like that's not the case, right? He's doing pretty well. But then we have a problem whereby Trippier He's supposed to come in, support on the counter. I get it, he's acting as a fullback that's
Yeah.
going forward,
Yeah.
but he's not there when it's time for that, when it's game time, as well as Foden. For me, Foden should also be into those attacking positions, but I'm seeing him too much in the midfield, and now there's confusion. And then Agent spoke about Trent not signing as well, and that's also the problem. That Foden, Jude, Trent midfield is not working the way it's supposed to work. It's really all about Jude. Jude is the only one who's enjoying that, right? Because we have two players in Foden and Jude who seemingly want that 1-2 plus, right? And they also want to slow down the game. But then now who's there capitalizing on the attack, right? Who's getting into those pockets when they want to drop back? Right, and that's where the English team is lacking. Defensively, I'm very impressed by Gay. I didn't think he had what it takes, but he showed me that relax, man, I have this. Stones, typical Stones. On the Serbian side, this low block is actually not that bad. It's going pretty well for me. But the biggest problem is that now they're not capitalizing on the attack. Once they get into possession of the ball, instead of spreading out the play, they're still too congested. They're still too strong on that low block. And now it's like they're not set up for the attack, whether it's for the counter or whether it's to stretch the play. You know, it's not linking up in the attacking perspective. And then guys like Mitrovic and Vlahovic also now have to drop back to come and say, hey, can I please have the ball? You understand? But pretty good first half. I think Saka, for me, Saka and Jude have literally been, like, I'm not talking about the fact of the goal. We're talking about the whole first half. Saka and Jude have been the only ones really enjoying this half. They've been the ones playing comfortably. And it's really raising questions.
So then win this game for me from both sides. What does England have to do in the second half? Would you sacrifice anybody? What would you change from the structure? What did you do from Serbia's side to try and win this game?
From the Serbian side, for me, really, tactically, I just think they just need to start positioning themselves for that attack. Nothing to sacrifice. Their defense is well orchestrated, right? And then from the English side, they really need to choose either Trent goes or Foden goes. We need someone who can capitalize on this slow possession and this dropping back that Foden and Jude are trying to connect. One of the two has to leave to make that opportunity for the attack, because that attack becomes isolated at parts. You understand? So for the English part, either Trent leaves or Foden leaves. We need someone to attack.
Let me bring in Tom. Tom, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, Mr. OT, and how are you, man?
Hi, man, I'm okay. As being out of office is very nice. You know what I mean?
Hey, but the rumors are flying in, so you're not really out. Because any moment now.
We'll see. Tom, what did you feel about this first half?
You know what I think? I think it's a shocker that Ineos even want to consider this coach Southgate for United. Like, he's so limited, man. With these players, I could do so much, man. Same players, I could do so much. I feel like England is relying too much on individual brilliance. I mean, we're seeing Osaka, we're seeing Walker, we're seeing a bit of Bellingham here and there. Yeah, but there's no like real play where you can see, you know what, they've got a plan how they're going to open up this defense, because they knew Serbia was definitely going to sit back. And that's the thing. I just don't understand what England was trying. And yes, Saka's side has been the outlet, because there were like 3 dangerous crosses that came, including the cross here, the goal. Yeah, but so again, which means if Serbia fix that part, then it's over in England, because that's the only side that they've been able to play. Why is Trippier not going forward? Because crosses that were just passing. He needs to be there to finish those balls, but I think he's sitting back. I don't know if that's a tactical decision here, the coach, or what's happening. But Trippier, I haven't seen him going forward. At least Walker, once I did see him go forward. Yeah, so, and also, I'm not sure how they're going to get Kane to be in this game, because Kane hasn't seen much of the ball. That's a bit of a concern also. Yeah, because I think. I don't think the players that he's playing with are suitable for his style of play, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so that's the other thing.
Do you think that that's what's killing England? That nobody's making a decision to say, this is how we play. If we're going to play wingers, there's certain people that you sacrifice in order to make it work.
For me, without being emotional, they were not supposed to leave out Bo Rashford and Bo Grealish. Those players create a lot of space for Kane. Yes, Bo Gordon and Bo Palmer are new kids and they're exciting, but they don't have the experience. Some of the players that you reached the final Euro, you should have brought them in. Because then that creates a continuity in a way. So they know tournament football and all of these players, they don't know tournament football. God forbid they meet France and they are trailing 2-0. You're telling me Cole Palmer is going to win England the game from the bench. Not enough experience for me to do that. So unfortunately, it's not a balanced squad because it's just an exciting. It went for McPella, and sometimes that's not wise if you're going into tournament football. Yeah, but you can't go. You need to also put in people who have been there, who know exactly how to play those type of games. So in the Kane, it's gonna be tricky this whole tournament. I won't be surprised if he struggles to score goals.
So then, very quickly, Serbia, what do they need to do in this game?
Guys, I stand to be corrected. Serbia, I don't know if it was for the Euro qualification or was it for the World Cup qualification where they finished ahead of the Portugal. Yeah, well, so and they are dangerous, Guma set pieces. They are so. I'm telling you, the moment they start to play to their strengths, but Bola, Mitrovic will finish one of those chances. I don't feel like Nali England defense has really been tested. So remember, the game is still just 1-0. It hasn't run away from them. So they can come. It's unfortunate go to Kostic Upumile and Umnandu Kostic because of a busy guy, but now he's hurt. Yeah. But still, I think Serbia has been a bit conservative, but at 1-0, it's fine. Last 15 minutes, if it's still 1-0, England will be in trouble. That's my fear.
Let me bring you Andisa. Andisa, welcome. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Andisa, how have you seen this first half? What do you think of the first half?
Bro, like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not too excited. I'm not happy that much about the first half.
Yeah?
No,
Why not?
my problem is with Harry Kane.
Okay.
I just feel like when the team is not playing well, he's not in the field. Or maybe it's because, I don't know, man. I just feel like the players that Kane is playing with, they don't suit this type of play. You need players like Rashford in order for Kane to produce something. So I just feel like these players like Foden, they are not clicking there in front. Even Saka, like everything is messed up. But if you put Gordon, I feel like Kane can do something because Gordon is a fast-paced player. So he can produce those crosses in the field better than Foden is doing at the moment. So I just think they need Gordon to start.
Do you think, Andisa, that England is in two minds? They don't know whether they want to play the ball on the floor for Foden and maybe Bellingham and those players to get onto it, but then also at the same time they want to go wide and then they don't have the wide. Is it a case of, man, the tactics are not clear?
Yeah. Do you know what's my problem is with England? I'm gonna be honest. The players that are playing there, they are not chosen by the coach.
Okay.
It's the media players. But if you can get a coach like Jose Mourinho who doesn't care what the media says, if you get Mourinho with this squad, you are guaranteed a win. Those players are top players. They know titles. But if you can just get a coach who will listen to the media, because the media is a problem in England.
I just want to jump in and say, guys, the second half has started. If we can get to 15,000 likes, tap the screen, it's free. I'll keep it open. Yandisa, very quickly, Serbia, what do they need to do in the second half?
More attack. That's it. Serbia played better than England. I know it may sound cliche, but their football for me is better than England. The way they pass.
Yeah.
England is full of egos. Like, there are more egos in this team. I don't know, maybe I'm stupid, but I just feel like they don't have that relationship. You know, like, if you look at, like, Spain, they put there, like, there's so much relationship. they are not a divided country. Like England is divided. That's how I see it. So I'm gonna end there. Maybe you put Kobe Mainoo there. Something can happen.
Are you a Manchester United fan?
No, I'm a Chelsea fan, man. But that boy is good. We have to be honest. It's I'm just saying his passes.
For time's sake, Andy, someone have to jump in. Let me bring him Pendulo. What did you think of the first half?
Hello, sir. Just to be clear so that you focus on the second half. I really feel like Trent Arnold, they shouldn't have brought him in, despite the fact that probably Serbia are not going to be good enough in midfield. But I really felt that Kobe Mainoo, despite the fact that I'm a Manchester United fan, I feel like he brings more stability. I heard people complaining about that Harry Kane is not doing so well today, and I feel like because Trent isn't actually producing anything in midfield, this causes this boy Bellingham to drop in and be all over the place. And if you've seen Harry Kane in prior years, even at Tottenham, he thrives off dropping in deep and actually helping out in the number 10 role and actually linking up with the players and actually go forward. Kobe Mainoo is some player who is going to come to this England squad and actually allow Bellingham to stay there in the number 10 role and actually focus on creating chances than actually dropping deep, because now it appears as though the focus is on Bellingham. And in fact, my brother who just spoke before this is actually telling the truth. This English squad is a media oriented squad, and they should actually focus on finding the right combinations other than fielding players just because they are popular in the media.
Yeah. And then what do you think Serbia must do in the second half?
Serbia, one thing that I saw first half about Serbia was that they only had about one player in the midfield. Considering that there's a person like Arnold, that they should have added at least someone else. I think they should do that. Probably they could change to a 4-4-2.
Okay.
Hold the ball, try to find something, because you've got people like Mitrovic who can actually score those goals. Just add more numbers in midfield. Don't put 4 people in front, forcing, because I heard you first half, you spoke about them not having anybody to collect the ball, turn, and actually pose some threat to England. So they just have to add someone in the midfield, combine the defense and the attack, and actually try to provide those through passes to people like Mitrovic so that they can score those goals. I feel like England, with that defense, especially due to the fact that Trippier is playing on the wrong side, they might just get something if they have the desire to do so.
Okay. No, Penelo, thank you so much. Thank you to the guys that joined me on the panel. Hey, guys, you guys are not liking. If we can get to 15,000, I keep it open. Then everybody can jump in and give me a minute of how they're feeling. The second half has started. We are actually 4 minutes into the second half. England is still leading 1-0 through a Jude Bellingham goal. Serbia has started bright this second half. Serbia has started bright. They've closed down those little spaces that were in between them, and they're actually pressing England. I think they realized that when Saka gets the ball by himself on that side, there isn't actually much help that's coming from there. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play the second half. The first half for me, man, was a disjointed England that is coasting on quality versus a Serbia that just, was sort of content to try get the draw. Look at how they're pressing now. Look at how they're moving now. Look at how they're committing people now. Look at how hard they're making it for England to play out. This is what you expected in the first half. This is what you expected. England now in the start of the second half has not been playing very well. I think England, in as much as I spoke about Serbia needing to swallow their pride and play a specific type of football that may be very ugly but might be effective, England needs to do the same thing. Decide what you want to do. How do you want to use Kane? Must Kane drop back and play in that number 10 position that he played at Tottenham for a little bit with Son, where he can facilitate, where he can start the attack, well, he can give assists and do all of those things, provide a little bit of assistance to Foden, to Bellingham and to Trent Alexander-Arnold and be a ball-playing team? Or do they just go wide? Maybe sacrifice Walker. Somebody said in the comments here, sacrifice Walker. Let Trent go that side. Allow Trent and Trippier to push all the way up so that we can see more crosses for Kane. But you have to decide what football you want to play. And that's where, for me, England falls short, is that they don't know what they want to play. Foden is floating in the midfield because he's not sure when to come get the ball, when to do this. Kane has been a passenger for the first half because there's no balls coming to him inside the box. He hasn't been dropping back. So they need to decide. And that is where the problem with England comes in again. All these superstar players who have been forced into this team, and there's not a coach who just has the balls enough to say, guys, this is how we're going to play from now on. This is what I expect from you guys. It may not suit you, Foden. It may not suit you, Jude. It may not suit whoever, but at least we know what we want to do. I don't know that they know what they want to do. Oh, Serbia. Yeah, Serbia's playing now. Serbia's playing now. Where was this in the first half? Oh, you should have taken. Ooh, you should have turned and taken the shot, Mitrovic. Anyway, let me read some of these comments. And if Kane comes to the party, Serbians will forget him, and out of nowhere he'll score. Just decide what you want to do. If you want to cross the ball, get one of Foden. Somebody needs to leave. If you want to cross the ball, if that's what you want to do. Look where Trent is running right now. Look where Trent is right now. Bellingham has become the guy. Bellingham, to be honest with you, he has a confidence that he's playing with that the other guys are missing. The fact that he's willing to drop back and fetch the ball, he's willing to play the ball. They're hiding Trent now. They're hiding him. Bellingham is the one who's going far back. They're probably going to try to do a 3 in the midfield. Rice with Bellingham being the primary person. Hey guys, no. This midfield isn't solid enough, says Prince of Ado. Kane must be subbed. Hey, this manager says simply unswerable. Reece says, let Kane collect the ball from the mid and connect with the forwards. We know he's good with that. Exactly. Gallagher in the middle, then sub Walker and take Trent to Walker's position, says simply unswerable. Editing says Serbia will win. Editing 016. Yeah? Okay. Let's see. Kane is a centre forward and England need a striker. Kane is just standing there. He should be sub for Watkins. Arnold is no midfield. He will cost England, says Mujan. Theo says Kane to play. He needs to drop into the middle and play. Sometimes I wonder if everybody can see this. Why can't the... Guys, Jude is actually everywhere. Jude is holding that midfield together. He's dropping back to control the ball. He's got... Jude is doing an incredible job here. Pity he doesn't have any partners with him. Kane, hi, overrated, says simply unswerable. Agent says no echo. There was an update. Before I started this thing, it updated, so it might be that did it. Marku from Serbia says it's going to be 1-1 full time. Hey, welcome from Serbia. England's football is not accommodating Kane. It's not accommodating a lot of players. I think Trent, Kane, Foden, they're out of this game. They're out of this game because of the way they're trying to play. Trippier, you could argue as well in attack. I don't understand why he brought a holding midfielder except Jude drops into the middle. Hey, Prince, they're high. It feels like he's forced to play Alexander-Arnold. Trent is being forced into this team. So like I said, it feels like right now they're hiding him. Don't go central. Run wide. Jude will cover that central space. Jude will drop back and play the ball out from the back. You just, float around. There's the ball. Speaking of Trent, there's the ball. Trippier, your job is to cross. Kane, who's meant to...
I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm trying to figure out the formation. I'm lost.
Jude is the one, guys. Jude is the midfield. Ay, man. Utrapuya, Jude. Go the other way. Look, and then he's going to pop up in defense. He's going to pop up in DM out of the blue. I don't understand. Okay, Jude being everywhere is one of the reasons why England is not doing well. It's all him. Exactly. Doesn't have partners. Jude is the midfield. If they put Vlahovic and Mitrovic together, Serbia will get a goal. I don't think Mitrovic and Vlahovic are the problem. The problem is getting the ball to them. That's the problem. And it seems like that they gave them 11 minutes of high-octane play because Serbia is sitting back again. I don't know if it's to conserve energy, but they've gone back into that low block. Aye, guys, talk. Jeez, man. Full stop says Serbia is winning. Alex can't play in the midfield. When he plays a team like Germany, they will shred him. They will shred him. It's so boring. You can't understand what formation they're playing. This game will end in a draw. Pendulo says sometimes the problem is not everyone around you, it can be you. Modern football is structural. Do you know what, Pendulo? I'm not even crying for the structural play of a modern football. I'm crying for a plan. That's my thing. What is the plan? If you have to make 753 crosses, then we know that your plan was to cross. What is England's plan? Where's Foden gone in this game? For example, if Trippier is pushing up, you'd expect Foden to be more active centrally. He hasn't gotten the ball. Why is he on the pitch? If you expect Kane to do a certain thing, so Kane is on the pitch, we haven't seen him. What do you expect him to do? What is the plan? That is my thing. My problem with him, with Southgate right now, is you've got all these players, you have not given them a plan. Oh, is VAR gonna check? Is VAR gonna check? Is it enough for VAR to check? Let's see that again. Let's see that again. Trippier. Very Atletico Madrid of him there. England should play a simple 4-4-2. Just be boring. Just be boring, but predictably boring. Simple, that. Sorry, telling me no DM aside Maino on the bench. No. Prince of Ado, they're going to try take Gallagher. So when it gets hot, I predict that they're going to stick Gallagher there and try and make him a makeshift DM. I don't know if he's going to trust Maino. Foden is ghosting the game, says Crazy T. Tor says, I think Serbia has sorted out the left-hand side of their defense. It's a bit tougher for Saka now. And if you're looking at the lineup, Gareth Southgate, wouldn't it be easier to overload? Oh, Jovic. Hey, when last did I see Jovic? Oh, Mitrovic is coming off. Okay, they've lost their physical presence up there. But anyway, wouldn't it be easier to just say Walker, Trent, Saka, overload the left-hand side? Walker, Trent, Saka. That is your job for the second half. You guys play on that side. If the left back picks up Saka, Trent, you can play the balls into Kane. Then they still have to worry about the overlap. It's things like that, man. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Referee's very good. Bailey makes mistakes, says Yandisa. Okay, still okay. It's okay, but I mean... Seven Murphy says, Bay no hype. Pendulo, Southgate is not a good coach, but these players are high-profile players. They should use space well. You know, sometimes when things are going wrong, Rice is DM and is lost. Oh, Tadic. Let's see if Tadic is going to make a difference. I know why you guys are excited. Why certain people are excited here. Look at where Kane is. Look at where Kane is now. It's a lot. I don't know if you guys have watched that movie, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. This is every tactic, everywhere, all at once. They're trying to be so smart that it's making them look. Just watch Foden. I just want you to watch Foden for 2 minutes. Watch Foden for 2 minutes. And you'll see that he's also lost. He doesn't know what he's meant to be doing. Oh, here's the funny part. The spaces thing I was telling you guys about in the first half with Serbia, that you can tell a team tactically that something's wrong. Serbia has fixed some problems. Now, the English players are isolated a lot. Saka is isolated a lot. And that's where you're starting to see that England doesn't have that plan. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what's meant to happen here. Reece says Arnold out, Henderson in. Henderson's not there. He wasn't chosen. Eh? Maynard destroyed Rodri in the FA Cup, destroyed Liverpool. What do you mean by hype? No. I said somebody said it's hype players. There was hype. Seven said it was hyped. I'm just reading the comments. They should substitute Trippier and put in Joe, says Kwesi. Why is Southgate not making any changes? I guess when he's leading, he doesn't want to change anything. Euros won't be. Crazy says England have good players, but no game plan. No game plan. And maybe that's where, to Seven Murphy's point, maybe this is where you put in game breakers. You put in people that are just there to run at the defense. You put in a Watkins who can put incredible pressure on a defense. You put in a Palmer who thrives in these type of situations in a team that is broken down. You do those type of things. Maybe. Oh, here comes Serbia. Here comes Serbia. Oh, unlucky boy. Does Mitrovic playing in Saudi against lesser defenders affect his sharpness? Maybe he's just old, agent. Likwana says, this is why England will never win. Ko says, one side is playing, the other is dead. That's why England playing well. I don't think they're playing well, but that left-hand side. And I said, that's maybe what they should do. Allow Foden to come inside, but I'm taking it back. I think at this point, with Serbia playing like this, just pepper them with crosses, man. Just pepper them with crosses. Allow Kane and Bellingham to do something. It really does seem like they told Alexander Arnold, whatever side the ball is being played by Germany, by Serbia, find the other side. We need to hide you, bro. England is playing a 4-5-1. Oh. Serbia's alive, guys. Serbia's alive. We thought they were dead. They're here. They're playing. Oh. Final ball, boy. Tadic. Hey, Tadic is playing those passes. Not playing well. Could be age. Bafana says the earlier Southgate makes 2 or 3 subs, the better. Or else no goals will come. Why hide a player when you can replace him? Pendulo, this is what I'm trying to say. Why hide him? If you really want to keep him on the pitch, play him in his proper position. "65 minutes in, guys. England is still leading 1-0. A goal scored by Jude Bellingham. England is playing helicopter football. I feel at home. I think Serbia was playing that football. Oh, what a pass. What a pass. Trent. Trent is sluggish, guys. I'm sorry. Trent is sluggish. I'm sorry. Palmer, Maino, and Watkins will change the game. I agree. England is coached by Jose Mazibugu. At least Jose Mazibugu will tell you the 208. 118. England is going to concede before the 70th minute. English doing Lasas Pumule. Yes. Lasas Pumule. Kick it forward so that we can rest. Kick it forward so we can recover. They're all dying. Serbia's on them. Mara, Jude is a player, guys. No, Jude is a player. Jude is the only player that is adapted to this game. From England. He's the only player. Let's see Foden drifting to the right. Maybe he's more comfortable there. Sure, Jude. Sure, Jude. Bakibele, boy. Palmer must come on, says Likwana. Innocent says they're overzealous England and they're going to rue missed opportunities. I think Serbia is going to rue their chances more than anything. This game is open. England looks tired. I don't know if they think they're going to defend a 1-goal lead for the whole game. I don't know if that's the plan here. Kwesi says Foden ghosting the match. Palmer on the right will hurt this team. Says Likona. That's why I'm like, just play wide. Take Foden out. Push Trippier up if you can. Put in, I don't know who they put in as a winger, maybe Gordon, but Gordon is a little bit more direct. Let Trippier run up that side. Maybe there's Gallagher. I told you guys. Prince of Ado, I told you. Gallagher is going to be brought in to be the CDM. I guess Gallagher works for energy. He's got a lot of energy. He brings a lot of running to the midfield, so maybe he can chase a lot better than Trent can. Man, Trent has been poor in this game. Trent has been poor in this game. Trent should not play midfield again. He should not be allowed to play midfield again. I would sooner play Trent right wing than to see Trent play midfield again. I'm sorry. They left Marcus simply. Nkose Sapil Foden Pendulo says, in a match where you're not getting more set pieces, playing Trent is a terrible decision. Guys, this is why I'm like, we can all see this. But it seems that the coaches can't. Oh, too much. Too much. Sometimes I wonder, and I thought maybe it's just PSL. But sometimes you watch games and you're like, but coach, I don't understand what you're trying to do here. Trent does not make sure your media will be angry if they substitute Foden. Hey, win the games. Win the games. The media will always have things to say. Just win your games. If you can win a trophy, no one will care. Why not play Foden? Why not play Foden next Saka for combination play? I was even going to say push Trent. Let Trent play on the right-hand side with Saka. Go into a sort of midfield to overload the right-hand side and let them play. I don't know what's meant to happen here. I don't know. But right now, Foden is not going to go to the right-hand side because Saka defends. So at least Serbia is going to, in their attacking, Saka's role is going to be more defensive. I don't know if Foden can do that role. Ifigile Manji Sevilla says Umto. Bafana says Southgate will regret not selecting Maguire, Grealish, and Rashford. Maguire is injured, isn't he? Maguire is Gareth Southgate's Nico Mobi. He was going to be there the whole time. Pendulo says Southgate is the worst manager in the history of football. Even Ole was better for United. Crazy T says Southgate is not cooking. I feel for Kane, he's starved for the ball. And Shem now he has to go back and play defense. It's crazy. Saka, you've got time. Ball. England anxious for me over rushing all their decisions, need to control the play, ask Serbia to mark as innocent, which is a very great point, innocent. It's a very great point. This Kava's Pumule, as Polani put it, means that it feels like they're adding pressure on themselves. They're playing as if it's the 80th minute. And when you've still got 20 minutes to go, 24 minutes to go, to hold out from this Serbia team, you have to put the ball down at some point and just buy time. But with Gallagher, that Gallagher sub, they're just going to be chasing the ball. To quote so, if Gallagher is the answer, what is the question? The question is, Serbia seem to have found new legs and they're running at us. We need somebody with an engine. Give it to Trippier. Kane, get into the box, please. Don't go back. Trip, just whip the ball in. They won, Trippier. That's all. Just play the ball in, Trippier. Kane, don't go so close. Get ready for the crowd. What are these guys doing? But I guess they're holding the ball, so you can say it's helping. But what are they doing? Okay. Let's get into the danger zone. I know you're getting Foden into the game, but let's get into danger zones. Foden playing the Jude role now. Why did Serbia keep Mitrovic and why didn't Serbia keep Mitrovic and introduce Tadic? Tadic is on. Tadic is on, but then Mitrovic, that's why I was like, they're losing that physical presence. There's a presence that Mitrovic has up front, even when he's not playing well. He was winning a lot of those balls. Now, I'm not sure. It should be more fluid, but we're not seeing it. Trippier must play right back to be more effective, says Umpendulo. And then you bring in Shaw to left back. I'm telling you, English players are overhyped, says Likona. England, Lisa Hollywood land.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
Yeah, people are emotional. What did you bet, guys? Simple and sorrowful. Did you bet straight win? Did you bet over 2.5? What did you bet? Okay, they're allowing Foden to be the steering. I think Jude is tired. They're allowing Foden to be the steering for a little bit. So they're actually giving him the ball. Oh, straight win. Both teams to score says unmatched. Oh, betting. It will be the death of us. Over 1.5 in England win. Hey, Crazy T, ask them. They're crying. They're in the comments about their straight wins and over 1.5s. 74 minutes in, guys. England is still leading by 1-0. Bowen. That's interesting. Wait. Jared Bowen. What position does Bowen play? Is it Jared Bowen? What position does he play normally? Because I have a feeling, or is a right winger? Never mind. Like for like, Che. I don't know what Southgate is doing. I think Southgate is happy with the 1-0. I think Southgate is happy with the 1-0. I think Southgate doesn't want to make too many crazy changes. So we're not going to see a Palmer coming on, for example. I think Gallagher make the sub make sense when you're just trying to when you're just trying to keep it at 1-0. You just need someone who's going to run around there in the midfield. He's bringing on Bowen. Bowen is probably just, going to be a defensive option. He'll be the right wing back type thing. There we go. Let's see. Bowen, prove me wrong. Oh, we finally get across. Oh my gosh, we finally saw across. Kane finally got to do something. Okay, Bowen, let's see. He's more direct. Okay. Oh, Kane, finally, Shem. Decide what you want to do, guys. Do you want to cross the ball? Now, if you can have Trippier do the same thing from the other side. Oh, guys. Let's just finish the game that way. Just cross the ball and finish the game. Pedro says, with this manager, it's going south for England. Imagine Southgate coaching United. Innocent, I wanted to see what he was. Yeah, Uncle, do the same thing. Push Trippier up and cross the ball. Just cross the ball. It's what I've been saying. Forget about trying to play the game. You're not going to play anymore. That midfield is not made to play anymore. Just cross the ball. And British media labels them favorites against top nations. Junior says, this is the team you all want to see in the finals. I said I want to see Germany and France in the final, and I'd love to see France win it. That's who I want to see in the final. But England is not above fooling us and getting to a final playing weird football. Just fall, Kane. You know we're tired. You know you're tired. Guys, Foden can come off, eh? Foden can come off. Bring on Maino. Look at Serbia as well. Hey, guys, what is this game? What is this game? Evan, did you just call it weird football? It's guys. They can do 1-0s, guys. I want to use a certain word, but I don't swear on this live. Bull spitting. I'm going to call it bull. They can bull spit their way all the way in. Oh, Trippier's done. Is Luke Shaw going to come in? Foden really tired. Maino Palmer would do. Mr. OT should apply for the Kaizer Chiefs head coaching job. They'd hate me. Oh, they'd hate me. I'm not even saying I'd win, but they'd hate me. I'd make so many changes. You'd be surprised. France is not making it to the final. They got the side, but not the finals. I just want to see France in the finals. Harry Kane should have scored this. Says Umpendulo. Nko says, sub Foden, put a keeper in as long as Europe, please. 2 keepers is fine. You guys are killing me. Hey, you guys are killing me. Okay, Trippier off. Who's coming on? It's just wasting time. No, Foden can go. Foden can go. Foden can go. Nothing against Foden. This is just not the team for him. Nothing against Foden. Bipolar. This team is too bipolar. You've got Jude. You've got Foden. Okay, I'll say Rice. They'll probably be able to play together, right? But then on top of that, you've got Trent playing on that side, Saka on the wing, you've got Harry Kane up front. So if you play with these ball players, Harry Kane doesn't necessarily get the ball, even though we know. Guys, there's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. For me, it's either you play Saka and you bring in maybe a Gordon on the other side, and you just play with Trippier crossing the ball, right? Crossing the ball on that side, Saka crossing the ball on this side. Both sides active, just crossing the ball, or you put the ball on the floor and compact it. They've done neither. Bellingham is tired. Is this where Serbia scores? Oh, save, Pickford. I think it was going over, but save, Pickford. Vlahovic is waking up now. Kana, who said? Somebody in the comments said 80th minute, Serbia is going to come back. Foden, for me, is the player of the season in PL. You're being unfair, says Umpendulo. Is English the first gig for Southgate? Wasn't he like the under-21 coach? I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the comments can tell us. And Foden kick club play. Oh, there we go. Serbia's waking up. England has a Ballon d'Or contender, EPL player of the season, Golden Boot contender, but it doesn't matter if you don't set them up. I guess it's true what they say about Foden. He's a system player. He can't cut it outside. Do you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I think Real Madrid's lack of like positional structure is helping Bellingham. Bellingham is adapting, and he adapted in this game. The rest of these other guys, hey, you can tell his system is strong. Can Trent play without Salah, for example, in front of him or making the runs? Can Foden play without De Bruyne doing the harder work at the back and not having a Haaland up front? A lot of these players are struggling because of that. And Jude looked fantastic this game, simply because I think he's used to a free-form game where you guys make the decision. But that's just the theory. Long as 10 minutes, that's going to be a very long 10 minutes. Very, very long 10 minutes. I want Serbia to pressure England. Patrice edits, how are you? Welcome, hi. Do you really edit, or is it just a name? Okay, 83 minutes in. England are trying to see if they can't put Serbia under pressure for a little bit. Counter. Counter. Is everybody sleeping? What's happening, Serbia? England in desperate need of that AFCON ref. 87 minutes, game over. They should put in Eze. That would be interesting. Will Watkins get a chance? Heaven. Beatrice, I said hi. What's happening? Will Watkins ever be given a chance? Nah, not while Kane is still there. You know Kane is the main man for England. They're not going to sacrifice him at any point. But Niba was sitting on the bench, are going to be on the bench for a while. Jude is bossing the midfield. No, Jude is incredible. Jude has played. I was worried about Jude, but he's played. I just think he needs more exciting players. Do you think that maybe having Palmer on with Jude, and let's see who else. I want to see this bench. Palmer on with Jude would be a better game. Or not even with, let's say Palmer, Jude, Rashford. Right? If you're not going to play any tactics, would you think that that would be a good three for just pressure? Just consistent pressure. Jude is out. Who's coming on? Maino. Oh, Maino's finally coming on. Basically, uyayivala. Reese. Why Maino now? Hey guys, let's see. So it's Gallagher Rice and Maino. Unpopular opinion, I say Jude outplay Foden there. England will win effortlessly. Pendulum, me and you are on the same wavelength because people were saying Foden or Saka. And I was like, isn't Foden more fighting Jude? The only problem is that Jude does so much work. If the two behind Jude were better, I would put Foden in. But because Jude does so much work in that midfield, we saw it today. I don't know if you can sacrifice it. Serbia. Play the simple path. Why are you guys trying to be extravagant now? Tadic, we need a pass, boy. Taking out Jude for Foden. No, agent, I'm saying if that midfield was better, so if that midfield behind him was better, you could make the Foden at 10 argument, right? If you could allow him the free roll. But because in this midfield, as we saw, he's doing so much work. Like if Trent was sacrificed and they were able to get a proper CDM, Foden might work. Let him drift out to the right-hand side and him and Saka interchange. But in this one, I would not take Jude out. Not a chance. I think the influence of Kroos and Modric has an impact on Jude. Put the game on your shoulders. And he really did stand up. I think of the English players, he did really put his hand up. To be honest with you. Let's see. Serbia, can they surprise them? Last minute. Someone needs to shoot or do something. How? Busy passing the ball around. Forward. Shoot. You are 1-0 down. It's the last 10. It's the last one. Yeah, I'd say 10 minutes. But you watch Maino cook. Huh? Pendula, are you a Man U fan? Just by the way, so I know where to stand with that comment. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. You guys have no shame. But he's a good player. He is a good player. '89th minute. Can Serbia get something here? Hey, Bowen was lively at the beginning, but then we haven't seen much from him, eh? Yandisa, this is not a Palmer game, eh? This is not a Palmer game. How much time is going to be added on? I really want Serbia to do something, but I feel like the moment they took off Mitrovic, it died. 4 minutes, okay. Italy and England are so far proving me right, just waiting for Belgium. Proving you right on the bet slip. Ow. Nangu Maino. Harry Kane's football intelligence has dropped since he went to Munich. What happened over there? I think Kane is just getting to that age where he plays one way and one way only. And if you don't play that way, nothing's going to happen. Oh, by not performing. Oh. Kanti, you still trust in Belgium? The golden age is over, guys. The golden age is over. I saw Hazard start in that last game, and I was like, Hazard, you? Hasn't he been playing? Wait, I need to pull it up. Hasn't he been playing exhibition games? And I'm like, Hazard. Or is it his brother? Let me see. Euro. I might be wrong. I just glanced at the lineup. Belgium. Okay, let's see their last game that they played versus Luxembourg. Yeah, no, hey, I made a mistake. Hey, thank goodness. I was like, ay. It's Torgen. No, I think I was watching one of the highlights of the old tournaments. I think that was what happened there. Hey, 2 minutes to go. Oh, guys. Can't match I pay. Guys. What a disjointed match. Like, everybody was running everywhere. Everybody was, guys. Serbia finally woke up, but it was too late. The lucky goal had already been scored. Meno helping England to keep possession. Hey, Pendulo. I think Kane looked so good under Mourinho. I think under Mourinho, he looked incredible. But you need a Son. As Reese is saying here, I think Tottenham, it was him shining with Son. You need a Son. And I don't know who England's Son is. Would they be willing to play a 1-1 or two players up front type of thing? Yeah, I know this England is giving Chelsea FC. Giving Chiefs, man. In a sense, it's Gunzi, Malan. It's tough. Where's Pickford going? Okay, England get their lucky win and they move on. I'm not going to let in too many people, guys. I can't stay too long now at the end of games, unfortunately. But yeah, Agent, my brother, 1-0.
Hey, this was a tough watch. It was a tough watch. But you ask yourself, why didn't Serbia start like this? You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
they were better. They played better. They were faster. The ball was playing quicker. Like everything was spot on. Why didn't they start like this? You know?
Yep.
So I think they only have themselves to blame. And typical English, eh? Nothing to see here. All overhyped, and on the field, nothing. And as always, Southgate has answered questions which are being asked. You know, he's answered something. For me, like I said, and I think this is what you said also, and I just jumped in. Foden or Bellingham? You play Bellingham, when you start Bellingham out, you bring in a Foden. On the right wing, it won't work, you know? So you can't fit all these guys who play ball all the same time. Is more or less the same players, you know? Next time, bring in Gallagher for Trent or Main, whatever, but I prefer Gallagher because he's a bit more experienced and a bit older. That gives you stability and that allows you to stay up front, you know, because now when he's collecting, England is a bit short, you know.
Yeah.
And again, we have a problem with Hurricane. They need to sort out Hurricane. What Hurricane does is usually he drops in deep, collects and turns and scores, right? So now you have when he drops deep, you have Jude who is there, you had Foden who is there, you have Saka who wants to turn there also. So it becomes congested. So they have to find a way of fitting him into the system because he can't play without Kane. So the natural thing is maybe tell Kane that, you know what, Kane, just stay in the box. Be a Haaland kind of striker, just stay in the box, the ball will come to you, because that goal which was scored by Jude, it was supposed to be scored by Kane, but where was Kane?
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be done at the end of that, But otherwise, a wasted night. I wish I should have slept, but it's okay.
No, Agent, thank you. Let me go to Bugani. Bugani, welcome to the show. How are you?
How are you, OT, my man?
I'm good. Bugani, tell me about this game.
Yeah, man, me too. Just a quick one, but all I can say is that the second half is a true description and reflection of what Gareth Southgate is. I'm not saying that, okay, things can still change for England, but looking at your Spain, looking at your Germany, I don't see this team going off first gear and actually giving those other countries a challenge. Like I think you even mentioned it earlier, OT. You even said that what's Gareth Southgate's plan B? It's not there. It's not there, and I think they must suffer the consequences of the media overhyping them and forcing them to be the best team in the world without being the best team in the world. And lastly, I must say, like Saka, the legs are tired. It's been a long season. Like even the pace of the game from this English side, I could say they're tired. And unfortunately, the coach doesn't have that potency to actually move this team forward, OT. You put it well earlier as well. It's an overhyped English side that the media is force feeding us to believe it's the best team in Europe or the world.
So let me ask you this, Bugani. Do you think Gareth Southgate changes anything for the next match?
Look, I'm not sure, because right now, looking at the way that second half, I'm gonna speak to, like the way they move the ball around, I don't see him standing in that changing room and actually saying words that will bring any impact to the side. Like, look, England's got the players, they got the pedigree, but at the end of the day, I think the coach plays a vital role in terms of what he says and what's his plan, what's his blueprint. And so, yeah, man, I don't see any changes. If they make it to the last 16 OT, okay, fine, that can happen. But I don't see them going past the quarterfinals. This is just an overhyped team. End of story.
Okay, no. Bugani, thank you so much. Let me go to Government Hater 101.
Yo, man, you doing all right?
How are you?
Fine,
I'm okay.
After watching that match,
tell me about the game.
I could say it's great if we're trying to finish in the quarterfinals, because that match, the last, I don't know, like 2/3 of that match was an absolute joke. It was an absolute joke. We have the right players, of course, but I don't know what we're doing. Like, we should have been more attacking and everything, but we just didn't offer enough after that first goal.
What do you think about the setup of the squad, that starting lineup? Because for me, it feels as though it's two different squads that have been forced together, if that makes sense, or two different styles of play.
I would agree, but honestly, it's the same stuff we've seen for the past 3 tournaments since the World Cup in 2018. It's just been mostly the same players. We've barely given any other players a chance that can offer more than all these players that we have.
What are your thoughts of Southgate?
Honestly, right now, he told us like a few years ago he didn't want to overstay his welcome, but he's done that. He was good for the first tournament and the Euros, but we should have still won that Euros. We lost to an aging Italy squad. We've seen the same cycle over and over again.
Is it an English tradition that you guys have all of the best players, but you don't have a leader who's willing to go, you know what, guys, I'm sacrificing some of you guys for the sake of a system? Or are we just seeing the same thing over and over, just repeating?
I'd say, yeah, we've seen the same stuff repeated, because We saw the same stuff in the Beckham era. We had all the best players in the world, and we still didn't win a single trophy at all. And it's the same here. We have We have Kane, one of the best strikers, or if not the best striker right now, other than Haaland. We have some of the best centre backs. But we still don't have enough to apparently win a tournament that we should have won 4 years ago.
Okay, no, Government Hater, thank you so much for joining me. Let me bring him Tom. Tom, tell me about this game.
Yeah, honestly, Gareth Southgate is a bit limited as a coach. I don't think he's done enough with that squad. I mean, there's some fantastic players in that squad. But the way they were playing, at some point, they were playing helicopter football, which is basically just kick the ball forward and hope for the best.
Yeah.
That's not this. That to me tells me that he's so limited when it comes to tactics. I mean, the Serbia coach did so well to fix some of the mistakes that were happening in the first half, because Saka's side was really getting in. Even the goal came from that side.
Yeah.
So he sorted that mess out, and then from then on, Serbia were playing much better. So, and as we said, remember, some of the players that are playing for the English side have played so many games already, because they've went deep into tournaments and all of that. So you can't you cannot make changes when when the other coach is making changes. You are asking for trouble. Yeah, well, the other coach started making changes from the 50-something minute, because he wanted to really try and go after England, and then you keep on using the same players. Look, even Bellingham, as much as he took him out, he was tired because he's played so many games now. He was like one of the players that stood up, but yeah, he was also tired. So for me, I don't know what he needs to do to, because I don't think it's a player issue. The individual, if England is going to rely on the individual brilliance of the players, I'm telling you, they won't make it to the semi-finals.
But then, I want to ask you about the subs. Is that bench strong enough? Because for me, what I saw in the second half was players that are there to maintain, if that makes sense. Like, it's like, hey, we're leading 1-0. We just need people to come in and hold.
Actually, that's what happened. They didn't bring too much difference to the game. They didn't change the game. They just tried to maintain the lead, basically. So for me, again, obviously, I'm not happy with the overall selection of the squad. But hey, you could find maybe they had a discussion. It was not just his decision. I don't think he's one person who has the final say. I don't think he has that kind of command over this team. So for me, but the biggest issue that I have with him is that when they started, this game could have easily went away from Serbia.
Yeah.
But England didn't take advantage of when they were attacking. That's one. But that's, I think, tactical too, because if Trippier was getting in on most of those crosses that were passing there, they could have had a second goal first half. And maybe we wouldn't be blaming them that much. They made the game so uncomfortable for themselves. So for me, that's why I'm saying he might be limited. What will happen then in the case where England are being led 1-0 or 2-0 by a French side? Do you think they can change with such players who are going to come in and maintain? They're not going to change the game. That's why I'm saying for now they're relying on the individual brilliance of the players, not the tactical brilliance of the coach. So for me, that's a bit worrying for them.
No, Mto, thank you so much. Let me go to 014. Hi. Hi.
Everyone is saying the same thing, and I'm going to say the same thing everyone is saying, Chief. There's no tactics. Okay. Let me not say there's no tactics, right? Defensively, their ability to hold on to that 1-0 lead was pretty good. It was pretty impressive. Let's not pretend like it wasn't. It was sloppy but impressive. And like the fact that it was sloppy is what makes it so impressive that they actually made it out. Quite unfortunate for Serbia. I really thought they were going to do something in this second half, but the chances that they created, the opportunities they gave themselves were really good. They really did hammer that English defense. England really did feel the pressure. And yeah, I think towards like the rest of the tournament, it's fair to say that the English team is a dark horse. I feel like, honestly, like everyone is saying, if they make it past the round of 16 into the quarterfinals, it would be very impressive. It's going to be very impressive because there's no structure. And I said in the comments that the lack of Grealish, the lack of a Rashford, that side, it was evident today. We saw it. We really saw that there's no one there. They need someone there. And unfortunately, they have no one who's going to come and save them. Maybe Eze will come and save them. I don't know. But guys,
I want to ask you, where does this squad rank? So let's say Southgate was good. Do you think that this is one of the better teams in the tournament, at least on paper?
Yeah, on paper, we can say that it's a pretty good squad. I mean, they can try different tactics that might let them win. But I remember during the qualifiers, Southgate was a back five man. So it seems like this squad it's more defensive than it is attacking. If we really look at it, we have two players that can play that central defensive midfielder role. We have Trent coming into that midfield and he's more defensive and just works on throwing passes. So to really answer your question, on paper, it's a good squad if we are saying that England is going to be playing defensively. And if that's the case, they must practice parking the pass. Because attacking there's no pattern. I'm really being honest, Hotman. If they make it to the semifinals, Zobashaya Lizan. I saw it. This is cheaper part 2.
Let me go to Pendula. Pendula, welcome to the show, my brother.
Yo, sir.
Tell me about this game.
You good?
1-0. I'm good. Tell me about this game.
Yeah.
I hope you do.
A lot has been spoken and it's spot on. England, they just need a new coach. That's all that I just want to say. Get a better coach who's more experienced. In fact, I even think Louis van Gaal, if he's healthy, he can come to this squad and actually deliver something for them because the experience also internationally. Even Jose Mourinho, he can do something with the squad. I like the fact that you referred to him during the halftime chat that probably even Jose Mourinho could do something with these players because he would have a plan. Because one thing that we saw of Vela today is that everyone is playing everywhere. Someone in the comments was like, Foden doesn't even have a position. In fact, one thing that makes Foden thrive at Manchester City is not only because probably it's because Pep is a great coach, but you see, at Man City, Foden has a role. A player in the pitch must have a role. A player without a role is a useless player. So Foden, you see, even in fact, the fact that the goals are being replicated, this is the beauty of the Premier League. The fact that you saw the equalizer against Manchester United, it came from Foden coming off the left, killing the ball inside. The same thing, he repeated it, I don't know, probably against Real Madrid in the Champions League. He does the same thing week in, week out. That's what makes players in modern football so good, is that they thrive under a system, and that's how they're drilled even from an academy level. You saw players like you see a player like Sterling. Sterling always does the same thing. That's what makes him good. He cuts in, he shoots. Hazard used to do the same thing. All these players that are actually thriving in modern football are doing one and the same thing, and it's actually something that gives teams forward.
So can I ask you, I hear the role conversation, but do you think maybe there was a little bit of ill discipline from this England team, where ill discipline in the sense that they're all hiding from the ball, they're all running in different places. Foden was dropping back into the middle, then dropping back all the way. Bellingham was the only one who was comfortable. Is there a little bit of that, maybe ill discipline and lack of confidence?
Yeah, probably. You may probably allude that fact to the fact that there was no leader in a way, because Kane's head was down. He dropped his head. Also, it all falls back to the plan, because if a player doesn't know where to play, he's gonna be all over the place. You know, he's not going to be able to help the team in any way because there's no instruction to say, you Foden, you're gonna play this, you Saka, you're gonna do this. It's like they told the players to go in there and just express themselves just because it's talent. You mentioned it, that they rely on individual brilliance and ill discipline. Not really. Players were not told what to do.
Okay. Let me bring in Tebza. Thank you so much, Mpendulo. Tebza, welcome to the show. How are you?
So, how's it?
You're sharp. Equal, Tebza. We won one game in.
You see, when we talk about Gareth Southgate, we're talking about Roberto Martinez, who wasted Belgium's golden squad. You understand? In terms of international tournament performance. Belgium had a really, really world-class squad that Roberto Martinez wasted, and he's gonna do it again with Portugal. Southgate is doing it. Southgate is doing it with England right now. You look at that team. England has players, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. The selection wrong, substitutions wrong, tactics wrong. He has nothing that has. He didn't get anything right. You look at that starting lineup. What Kimoga Mwelongore, Trent Desala, Dala Mohara, Dala Aba impressive. When was that? Trent Alexander-Arnold is not press resistant. When he's pressed, he loses the ball. You understand? Because he's used to playing correct back. Mwelongore, when he sees a player pressing him, he sees him, he knows that behind him there's nothing. It's the line, there's nothing. So he can easily make passes. In the middle, Mr. OT, Motaung presser, you don't know who's coming where if you don't scan. He doesn't scan, he doesn't do anything. Kobe Manu had to start or come off the bench second half to play with Bellingham there in the middle. Because they are both come on the ball, their football IQ is very high. You understand? We know that. Why was he keeping Foden on the field? No one knows. And when are we going to talk about Harry Kane when it comes to international tournaments? The guy only scores penalties when it comes to international tournaments. Let's talk about Harry Kane. What does he offer for England when it comes to international tournaments? He only performs in friendlies. Let's be honest. When was the last time you saw Harry Kane performing at the highest level at an international tournament? Name just one match.
I can't, for some reason.
You can't.
Blank.
When are we going to talk about Harry Kane? He doesn't come to the fourth and make things happen for the team. You understand? So such things has to be touched. He's subbing players that are performing. Saka, for me, Saka was not tired. Saka was not getting support from that side. You understand? Was not getting, and he was the one who was making a plan. Come on, everything was coming off the right, but then his substitutions got Saka off. So I don't see England going past the quarterfinals if this is how Gareth Southgate is going to play. They are not going over the quarterfinals.
No, Tebza. Tebza. Guys, like I said, I can't stay too long. So this is all I'm going to say. I feel when I'm watching England that we're watching the same thing repeating every year. Every tournament, we're watching the same thing. Supremely talented squad. Incredibly talented squad. But nobody who can put it together. There's not a coach who can put it together. There's not a coach who's willing to make tough decisions. I think that this squad has everything it takes to go all the way. But like all of the English, the English teams that have come before it, they rely so much on that individual brilliance that they even forget that tactics exist. They forget that changes exist. They forget that you can do things in a game to swap it. We spoke about the changes that he made. Serbia responded. In the second half, they closed down that left-hand side of their defense, the right-hand side of England's attack. They pushed a little bit more forward. They had a press. They played a little bit more aggressively. England couldn't counter. And where you see that, again, these are media teams, is that when it comes time to change, one, you look at the bench and you say, oh, Mara, all the firepower is on the pitch. Who's going to come in and play this game? Who's going to come in and win this game? There's going to come a time where it's 1-0, they're 1-0 down, or it's 0-0, or it's 1-0, and it's a crunch knockout. Are you going to really call on Gallagher to come in? Are you going to call on Mano to come and be the hero? There's so many things wrong, but it's, again, a pattern. All the stars forced onto the pitch. All of them must play, even if they don't get along or don't play together. Same shandies. A coach who's not creative, who can't put the... Guys, I don't know. I don't think I've seen Gareth Southgate try things. Not even just in-game. In-game is too far. Just try things with the team in J, just to see how it looks when we change this formation or system, how it looks when we do this and this. They just take everybody and put them onto the pitch and they play. But anyway, guys, I can't stay too long. Tomorrow, I will be here at 7 p.m. Oh, wait, the France game. I will confirm. But I'm watching England, France, and Germany. Those are the three teams I'm following. We can add another team, but we'll have a conversation about it in the show. So I'll confirm tomorrow. If you want to watch any of the previous episodes, it's not just watch-alongs and reviews. We also talk football. They are available on YouTube in full. If you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, we have a WhatsApp group, very active WhatsApp group. You can join that by going over to YouTube, click on subscribe, click on join. In the members area, there's a link for the WhatsApp group. If you can't find it on YouTube, on TikTok right now in my profile, click on the link in my profile. There's a tab there for the WhatsApp group, and then you'll be able to join the WhatsApp group and join some of the best conversations. We're probably going to have a lot of convos now after this. Guys, it's been great. I'll see you then tomorrow. I'll confirm about the time. Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Thank you to Mto. Thank you to Chavi for the gifts. Thank you to everybody that joined in the comments, in the panels, and on YouTube. Bye, guys.